surprising as it may seem, Britain is one of the few maritime nations without a tall ship for training youngsters in sailing and the sea. But in November, they'll name and launch a new topsail schooner, Sir Winston Churchill. Built at Dunstan's Yard near Hull, the schooner is the first three-masted vessel ever built in this country for youth training. Every year, 600 boys will make fortnightly cruises, learning in the traditional way about ships and the sea. The scrollwork and the figurehead for a new sailing ship, and that's a rare sight in this jet age. Mr. Jack Whitehead, hard at work down in the Isle of Wight, is carving a lion figurehead for the schooner Sir Winston Churchill. A 300-ton topsail schooner for the Sail Training Association, she's due to be launched early next month. Jack Whitehead has all the confident skill of the true craftsman, an artist in wood, employing a speed and dexterity which most of us can only wonder at. Because of tidal conditions, she'd been launched early one February morning, quietly, without fuss or ceremony. So as she hadn't yet been officially named, they held a special naming ceremony at Hull. She's the sail training schooner Sir Winston Churchill. The first three-master built in Britain for training young people in the ways of the sea, she's also the first ship of her kind to be paid for by public subscription. Costing £120,000, she left on her power trials right after the ceremony. After her maiden voyage at the end of the month, she'll take part in the Tall Ships Race in July. But before then, we'll bring you a special report on the sailing trials of this unique adventure schooner.
She makes a magnificent sight even under engine power. She is the schooner Sir Winston Churchill, on her way up the Thames to the Pool of London for a 4-day visit. Her crew are boys from schools and industry getting a taste of adventure under the watchful eyes of the training officer and the captain, Glyn Griffiths. Past the Greenwich Maritime Museum and the famous Cutty Sark, last of the tea clippers, the Sir Winston Churchill moves gracefully into the heart of London. The boys making everything shipshape have completed 2 weeks of training on board the 300-ton three-master. They are aged between 16 and 21 and have tasted the spirit of adventure under sail in a unique ship, the first of her kind in the world, built by public subscription. Each fortnightly cruise gives 36 boys a chance to be men. In the words of the Sail Training Association, they can develop a sense of responsibility, resourcefulness, self-discipline, and ability to work as one team. But also they can proudly say, I sailed in the Sir Winston Churchill.
A thing of beauty, said the poet, is a joy forever. Certainly the graceful lines of the Sir Winston Churchill as she sailed up the Thames should live long in the memories of those who love the sea and the ships that sail it. The 300-ton adventure schooner, the only one in the world to be built by public subscription, was paying her first visit to London since she started her series of cruises at the end of March. On this trip, she is manned by 36 young men from Leith. Every 15 days, she changes her complement, offering those who sail in her an outlet for their spirit of adventure, a sense of achievement. A three-master in the Pool of London is a rare sight indeed. That she carries so illustrious a name made her doubly welcome.
Portsmouth. The Sir Winston Churchill was dressed overall for a royal occasion. The famous training schooner was receiving her first visit by the Duke of Edinburgh on the eve of her 6th cruise of the season, and a very special cruise too. As His Royal Highness came alongside, he was piped aboard by girls. Prince Philip, patron of the Sail Training Association, was welcomed by the master, Captain Glyn Griffiths. The reason why girls piped the royal visitor aboard was that on this trip, 39 of them will man the ship. The Duke congratulated them on taking their fortnight's holiday in this way. A few of them already have a little sailing knowledge, some have none at all, and certainly none have ever been part of the crew of a schooner. In case the Duke doubted whether the girls would be equal to manning the yardarm and climbing the rigging, they showed him they could. Remembering his own Dartmouth training days, the Duke knew that it takes a good nerve and a head for heights. A royal send-off for some enterprising girls.
Snapdragon's only a 23-footer, but not far away in the Thames estuary, we met one of the big ones, the sail training schooner Malcolm Miller. She's returning from one of her fortnightly cruises, sailed by a crew of 39 trainees. Just some of the hundreds of young people who'll be taking part in these adventure cruises throughout the year. Her master, Captain Glyn Griffiths, was previously in command of the Malcolm Miller's sister ship, the Sir Winston Churchill. And now, for the first time, the two schooners meet at sea to sail together upriver to the heart of London. Launched 2 years ago, the Churchill was the first three-master ever built in Britain for training youngsters in the ways of seamanship. During the year, the two ships will carry more than 1,200 young people on training cruises.